welcome you all to my presentation which is on Pancha Mahabhuta. Pancha Mahabhuta is a Sanskrit word derived from Rig Veda. Pancha Mahabhuta means the five great elements. Now Pancha means five, Maha means great and Bhuta means element. Now what are the five great elements? The five great elements are Akash, space, Vayu, air, Agni, fire, water, Jala and Prithvi, earth. Now we will discuss this topic in detail in later. Now we will revise our chemistry lesson matter. Now the universe is made up of matter. What is matter? Matter is a substance which has a certain mass and volume in space. Matter exists in three forms: solid, liquid and gas. Matter is made up of elements. What is an element? Element is a fundamental material from which all metal are made. Now, element is a pure substance which cannot be broken further into other substances. Now we will do a small experiment to make your concept more clear. Now we can see that water is in solid form, which is ice.
5 minutes later.
Now we can see the ice has melted into water. I am pouring the water in the container. Now let me light the gas. Now let us wait for few minutes till the vapor comes.
A few minutes later.
Now as we can see, the vapor is coming out of the container. Now you must be wondering, why have I spoken about the three states of matter? Now let me say the interconnection of matter and Pancha Mahabhuta. When the ice was on the solid form, it was Prithvi. And when the ice was melted and it was in the liquid state of matter, it was Jala. And when I lighted the gas, it was Agni or fire. And when the water vapor was coming out of the container, it was Vayu. And we will understand the meaning of all the Pancha Mahabhuta in the coming slides. Akash Mahabhuta. Akash Mahabhuta means space, and its chief attribute is sound, and its main property is non-fixous and porous. Now we are going to see an experiment on Akash Tattva. Akash means space. The space between molecule of solid state is negligible and it vibrates on its mean position. Now when I bang these two stones, it produces sound. Why does it produce a sound? Because there is a space existing between two molecules, and sound is a characteristic of Akash Tattva. Vayu Mahabhuta. Vayu Mahabhuta is the second element existing after Akash Mahabhuta. So it inherits the sound property from the Akash Mahabhuta. And its chief attribute is chalatva or movability and sparsh or touch. And it exists in gaseous form. In the next slide, we will see the properties of Vayu. Agni Mahabhuta. Agni Mahabhuta is the third element existing after Akash Mahabhuta and Vayu Mahabhuta. So it inherits the properties of Akash Mahabhuta and Vayu Mahabhuta. And its chief property is light and heat. And its main sense attribute is vision. In the next slide, we will see the properties of Agni Mahabhuta. Here we have lighted the gas, and now you can see that there is a light and you can feel a heat. That is the chief property of Agni Mahabhuta, and you can also hear a sound. This is the attribute of Akash Mahabhuta, and the gas is moving. That is the attribute of Vayu Mahabhuta. Jal Mahabhuta. Jal Mahabhuta is the fourth element existing after Akash Mahabhuta, Vayu Mahabhuta and Agni Mahabhuta. So it inherits all the properties of the three Mahabhutas. And its chief attribute is rasa or universal solvent. Now we will see experiment on properties of water or jala. Now we will see a small experiment on water. We all know that water is a matter which exists in liquid state. Now when I pour the water into the empty glass, you can listen to a sound which water has inherited from Akash, and it's moving because it has inherited from Vayu. Now let us see. Prithvi Mahabhuta. Prithvi Mahabhuta is the last element existing after Akash Mahabhuta, Vayu Mahabhuta, Agni Mahabhuta, and Jala Mahabhuta. So it inherits all the properties of the previous four elements, and its chief attribute is gandh or smell, and it gives shapes and growth. Now we will see an experiment on properties of Prithvi Mahabhuta. We are going to see an experiment on Prithvi Mahabhuta. So the soil is hard and it gives shape and growth. And now let me pour the water so it absorbs. Yes, it absorbs. Therefore, it is porous. Bhutas already existed, but it was inactive. After the initiation of the inherent characteristic of Prakriti or nature, which is Sattva, Raja, and Tamas, and it became active and started creation. Each Mahabhuta is predominated with three guna in different proportion, so it makes their characteristic different. Now, Akash is Sattva, Vayu is Raja, Agni is Sattva plus Raja, Jala is Sattva plus Tama, and Prithvi is Tama. Now you might be wondering what is Sattva, Raja and Tamas. So these are the characteristics of Sattva, Raja and Tamas. In Sattva we have light, balance, openness, kindness, clarity. And in Raja we have energy, activity, change, passion, dynamic and movement. In Tamas we have darkness, inertia, heaviness, inactivity and stability. We all know that universe is made up of Pancha Mahabhuta, including our human body. Are you shocked? You heard it right. Our human body is also made up of Pancha Mahabhuta. Now I will explain you that how it functions in our human body. Before starting, let me tell you that all the Pancha Mahabhuta are present in our body in subtle form. Akash is present in organ of speech and listening. Now, why is Akash Mahabhuta present in organ of speech and listening? Because without space we can't listen and we can't speak. Vayu Mahabhuta. Vayu Mahabhuta is present in nerve impulses and contraction and relaxation of heart, and inhalation and exhalation and blinking of eyes. Now, why are this all function considered in Vayu? Because Vayu's nature is chalatva, means movement. Agni Mahabhuta. Agni Mahabhuta is considered in radiation in looks and eyes, digestive system and body temperature. Now, why are this function considered in Agni Mahabhuta? Because Agni constantly converts matter into energy. Hence, it generates heat. Jala Mahabhuta. Jala Mahabhuta is considered in spit, blood, urine, and cough. Now, why is spit, blood, urine, and cough considered in Jal? Because Jal nature is Chalatva and it's in liquid state. Prithvi Mahabhuta. In Prithvi Mahabhuta, there is hair, teeth, bone, flesh, and skin. Now, why is this part considered in Prithvi Mahabhuta? Because Prithvi's nature is to give shape and hardness and growth. According to Charak Samhita, a single cell of a living organism has combination of the five great elements. The earth or the Prithvi Mahabhuta forms the major structure of the cell. The Jala Mahabhuta or the water forms the cytoplasm of the cell. The various metabolism of the body cell are governed by the Agni Mahabhuta. Space inside the cell is governed by the Akash Mahabhuta. Finally, the channel through which the waste material and nutrients get transported in various parts of the body is given by the Vayu Mahabhuta. Thus, these five components of Pancha Mahabhuta forms the structure of a living organism. These are the basic blocks of a body. Every Mahabhuta resides in a particular area. Akash resides in the upper part of the body. Vayu resides above the navel. Agni resides in the navel. And Jala resides below the navel. And Prithvi resides in the covering of the body. Ayurveda takes the Panchamahabhut as the basic principle for diagnosis and treatment. And if any imbalance, it leads to disease. Based on Panchamahabhuta, Ayurveda have classified ailment in Vata, Pitta and Kapha, where Vata is equal to space plus air, Pitta is equal to fire plus water, Kapha is equal to water plus earth. In the previous slide, we saw the three groups. Now, this three groups is called Tridosha, where Vata is kinetic energy, Pitta is thermal energy, and Kapha is potential energy. Now, why is Vata called kinetic energy? Because Vata is constantly in motion. And why is Pitta called thermal energy? Because Pitta constantly converts matter into energy. Thereby, heat is produced. And why is Kapha called potential energy? Because Kapha is stationary, that's why we call it potential energy. In this slide, we will see the associated finger with Panch Mahabhuta. So, Akash is middle finger, Vayu is index finger, Agni is thumb, Jala is little finger, and Prithvi is ring finger. Since our fingers are associated with Panch Mahabhuta, so we have a culture to eat with our fingers. The data in the table is taken from the World Journal of Medical and Pharmaceutical, a research done by Dr. Shambhu and Dr. Vidyavati on concept of Pancha Mahabhuta at element level. It shows that there are 26 elements existing in human body out of 112 elements of the earth, which establish that human body is composed of Pancha Mahabhuta. Now it's fun fact time. So, we all have understood the Panch Mahabhuta. So, now what if I told you that there is an additional element that is Atmaja Bhava? Yes, you heard it right. There is an additional element which has two components, Mana and Buddhi. Now, I would like to end the presentation here and I will upload more videos on the same topic. If you want to watch more videos like this, then subscribe and press on the all bell icon and like this video.